Clutch them pearls. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Clutch Them Pearls. Tonight, we're talking about a nationwide manhunt for Travis Decker, the Washington state father accused of unaliving his three daughters, Olivia, Peyton, and Evelyn Decker. He's still out there somewhere, and law enforcement has not caught him yet. But let's not act like this is out of nowhere. This has been going on for 3 weeks now. Months before the unthinkable, their mother, Whitney, was already raised alarms. She told the system that something was wrong. She described Travis as unstable, emotionally volatile, and mentally spiraling. She even detailed the incidents where one of the daughters was found, listen to this, passed out with a bathrobe tied around her neck. And Travis Decker didn't even tell Whitney about this. But when I read this, my jaw was on the floor. It really was. Look at this. We know about the court incidents and all of that, right? We know how all of that happened. So for those of you that don't know, anybody that's new to this case, Travis Decker. He's a father uh, of three. He was living in Washington, divorced from his ex-wife named Whitney. Travis has a military background. Uh, on the outside, I would say everything looked pretty good, but looks can be deceiving. They had struggles like any other family does. Um, but the court records kind of paint a very different picture, to say the very least. Um, Before Whitney had filed to change the parenting plan, Travis had regular visitations. He had weekend custody, even overnight. Then there were no mandated therapy sessions at that time, no official evaluations. The system was operating under the assumption that he was safe and stable parent. But in September 2024, not too long ago, everything changed. And that's when Whitney filed court documents proposing a modification. That's where we heard and played the court documents of Whitney and her attorney noticing that Travis was, letting the girls go to, was it the armory? I think it was the armory, and staying in there. And it just wasn't a good situation for the girls. They also know Travis was kind of going downhill mentally a little bit. Uh, in the court documents, it says, quote, since our separation, it has been increasingly clear that Travis has been struggling to maintain stability in his life, particularly with securing a consistent place to live. That was the biggest thing, is just having a place so the girls could have some stability. Them staying at a random place every night during the weekends, that's not stable for the kids. And it goes on and it says, and establishing a predictable schedule. Routine is very important for all of us, not just kids, but particularly for kids. The lack of stability has unfortunately had negative impact on the children, she claims. She brought up his mental health, and she wrote in the filing, quote, he was in the army for many years, and upon separation from the army uh, and transition into the reserves, his borderline personality disorder and narcissism became rampant, right? So then On August 15th, 2024, one of their daughters was reportedly found passed out with a bathrobe tied around her neck at Travis's mother's house. I'm speculating here. I'm just going to, so speculation is not a fact. I want to be clear on that. But I don't think, sorry, I don't think that was just a coincidence. I'm sorry. I don't think that's a coincidence because of how the girls were already found. Oh, yeah, I'll repeat it. Thank you so much, Eileen. Hey, Miss Panda Bear, I emailed you no info on Delvin date. Not good, in my opinion. This case always gives me. Okay, I will email you after this. I will try to remind myself to email you that. Yeah, there's zero coincidence. I guess, Cece. I guess. So, and it's right in here. Whoops, what did I do? It's right in here. And it says, let me find it where this happened. Whitney detailed incidents that contributed to the separation, including a situation on August 15th, 2025. That's not all. There's more. I'm going to tell you after this. When Travis allegedly found one of the daughters passed out with a bathrobe tied around her neck at his mother's house and failed to report to Whitney. He did not even tell Whitney that this happened. I guess it was either one of the girls or Travis's mom. Guys, this was August 15th, 2024. Almost a year ago. That's what is claimed. Travis allegedly said he found one of the girls with the bathrobe tied around her neck. I don't know. I don't know. You know, I get it that it's really unfathomable uh for you to even picture your husband or your wife having the ability to unalive your child or children. I get that. But after this happened, I guess that's when they got, Whitney got really serious in the court. And she said that contributed to the divorce. Was I that Leslie, it it sounds like he wanted that to happen. Yeah. Uh I don't know if Travis's mom's dead or not, but it was at her house allegedly when this happened. This is from KHQ News, NBC. Another incident, there's more, on December 19th involved one of the daughters injuring her finger, with Travis reportedly absent and unresponsive to the children. Wanted you to know that. Oh, I'm sorry, Sunflower. That's really terrible. Sorry, honey. Um, so when it came to the bathrobe, Travis never told Whitney. He never reported it, never acknowledged that something traumatic even happened. I mean, think of that for just a moment. You found your child unconscious and you don't notify the other parent. It's not negligent. That's extremely suspicious. It's dangerous. It's reckless. Um, that's literally a parent failing to respond to a life-threatening incident. And this was told in court. And still yet, Travis kept his uh, rights to see the visitation rights to see the children. So, like I said, in December 19, 2024, another incident happened. One of the girls injured her finger badly. Travis was reportedly absent and unresponsive to the children when they needed help. Again, no follow up, no communication to Whitney, nothing. These weren't, uh, minor parenting disagreements at all, right? These are at, emergency level failures to care for your kid. And yet the clock just kept ticking. And it never, you know, hindered him seeing the kids at all. It sets, I know Whitney said this is not the court's fault, and she uh cites that it's more of a mental aspect of him not getting the right health care through the VA. Well, and that's right, Meep. That's exactly right. Where did Meep go? The family, Travis's dad and his brother tried to do an intervention a couple years ago. And he tried to get violent with him. And see, Ginger, I agree. I absolutely agree. I don't see how the courts could not have some blame put on them right there. I mean, after you tell the courts that a bathrobe was around, and at the time, the child, I don't know which child it was, it doesn't state, but couldn't have been more than 8 years old, right? Couldn't have been more than 8 years old. Has a bathrobe tied around their neck and is unconscious. I agree, Lakeside. I absolutely agree on this one. I agree, Ginger Snap. I agree. And it's unimaginable. I was like, what the the hell? So this makes me think now that he had thought about this for months, even maybe over a year, right? I'm just speechless, right? Yeah, Robin. People are saying that Travis's mom is dead, but that doesn't mean he can't be at her house, right? That so there's that. Um, what else? What else do we got here? And then she really, one of the other children, you know, damaged her finger really bad, and Travis was not even paying attention. Like, didn't even pay attention to the kids. And remember, in that recording, Travis says, "Oh, I would never put the kids in something, you know, like I, I wouldn't put myself in." The courts failed him. They absolutely did. Absolutely did. Okay, Robin, send me a text. Let me look at this text real quick. Yeah. Yep. This is yeah, Travis Decker's mom died in July 15, 2023. Her name was Rachel Decker. She was young. I wonder what happened to her. That's sad. It's really bad. Um, so that was in uh the robe was in August 2024. The incident with the finger was December 19th, 2024. And the court response, the modification was September 27, 2024. All right, guys. Love you all. Appreciate you. I'm Justin with Clutch Them Pearls. Hit that thumbs up button before you leave. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing. We would love to have you part of the Pearl family. See you guys on the next live. Bye bye. Clutch them pearls.